Hi everyone, welcome to the Book Over Nightcap, where we're recapping The Dukes of Ruin by Angel and Sam. Okay, we're going to be really quick.
By Megan and Sarah.
Yes, by Megan and Sarah. Okay, so we're starting at the beginning. We have, we're at the Velvet Hideaway. There's a break-in, and I call her Vinny. Do you call her Vinny?
I call her Lavinia.
Okay, yeah. I'm always calling her Vinny.
Either way.
Okay, Lavinia. Basically, I mean, I guess it's rape-ish. I mean, she says okay.
I call it dubious consent.
Okay, there's dubious consent between
other people would call it non-con. If it's dubious, it's dubious.
So they come in, all three guys have, perform an act with her to basically own her. So then the next thing she knows, she's getting cleaned up, she's getting waxed, and she's getting sent off. So she's a count, she's getting sent off to the Dukes. And then she is getting tattooed.
Yes. They tattoo her during this, so they can claim that they are the ones that took her virginity. The whole thing is she's being kept for 2 years. They think she's a virgin. She's not. So Pretty Nick had been guarding her for Daniel Payne before he died, and he had this whole thing. He's been planning this for a long time to get her out. He thinks he's in love. He's infatuated with her. But Pretty Nick doesn't know how to love quite right.
No, he doesn't, which is when you meet his parents, you would think he did. Okay, this is not a long episode, so we're going to make this quick because I'm going to start talking about the book again. Okay, so she ends up in the clock tower with everybody. Pretty Nick doesn't know how to deal with her. So when she doesn't agree with him, when she pisses him off, he puts her in the elevator. She doesn't do well with closed places because we find out that Dad puts her in a trunk at home when she gets in trouble. Yes. So the poor thing just keeps on getting caged in multiple ways. She has Remy, who is a little crazy. He's our artist. He sees things in colors. Something happened traumatic to him that later we find out he witnessed his friend's murder, basically, but we don't find that out until the end.
And probably with Lavinia's sister, who is missing. Another reason she's being kept. If they think that she knows where Lavinia's sister is, who was kind of the heir to everything. They want to marry Lavinia's sister off to like the head count, and then now Lavinia by default is going to get put in this position. So she's wanted by a lot of people. Yes. And then the clock is ticking for her, and they want to know the location. Yes. So yeah. And then we have Sai, who is Pretty Nick's half brother because their parents are in a menage relationship. They were supposed to be the next in line to be the Bruins, the Dukes in charge of the royals, but they gave it up for love, and they're kind of taking back their place in the house. Pretty Nick did it all for Lavinia, where Sai wanted the power, like he wanted this, and then Remy is just their best friend, kind of along for the ride, ride or die. And he's being like manipulated by his psychiatrist, which he learns later. It turns out that, like you said, they have a good parents, other than, not Remy, but
I love that when Remy,
the Bruins,
because Lavinia helps them all a little bit. Like she helps Remy like come down from the tower, helps him through an episode, and I think he
saves them.
Realizes, there's a point when he's with his psychiatrist, right, where he's like, no. And like he's done, and I love that. I love that for him, and that's when he comes with his like breakthrough, and he like remembers, because they're doing stuff to make it so he can't remember stuff, right? So it's just
why he doesn't like yellow, all these things.
And I love his colors. I love his colors.
Me too. And he won't tattoo somebody because he'll care about him, but he tattoos her. There's a mark on her to help bring him back to reality, so they have this connection, and I think she feels for him.
She does. Sai has something against women, and he also has a big member that he's afraid of,
too big to where he got like made fun of, that it backfired.
Yeah.
But you know, so it backfired. So he has a lot of issues with women, but she helps him. She pretends to like, you know, do it with him in front of a bunch of people to make it be like, oh, it's, you
at
know,
the Baron's ceremony. Yeah.
So she, you know, they find their way, you know, they run together. He still hates her, but they find this way. And then Pretty Nick just, it's like of mice and men, man. It's of mice.
He loves her, but he loves her hard and not in a way that she feels the love, really. You can't, it's just, and she's also here at a broken clock tower trying to fix the clock tower. She's
reading the manual.
She's
not going to school.
But
she can patch them up, even though like that's like they reluctantly accept her as kind of, you know, as a duke, really. Like she was kind of meant to be there because she is a fighter. She's like been fighting her whole life. She's been cleaning up, she's, you know, wounds and stuff. She's kind of perfect for the role.
She is. She's just like not the typical one, you know. But there's like we meet. She runs into the like friendly drug dealer that she knows. The prince. She runs into a prince and an ex-princess who got, you know, moved out because she didn't have the baby. She gets the cat. Oh, what's the cat's name?
They left the cat outside.
I just anyway, so and then basically we end on, you know, Remy's remembering this thing, and Pretty Nick gets really upset at Lavinia. I can't remember why. Why is he mad at her?
He's mad, like she just won't. He's at the point at his wit's end where he just doesn't think that it's ever going to get any better with them. Like, it's give an inch, take a mile. Like, she kind of gives him to him, like she'll sit on his lap. He thinks when he thinks she's making progress, it's like he's at his last straw where he thinks, okay, I've done everything I can do. She's never gonna love me. I have to give her up. And they're also in a rock and a hard place because, like, you know, he's broken into the Count's manor for her. He's done a lot of things where they're kind of, the Dukes are in a bad position, and he decides to sacrifice her for the Duke's gain, but also I think more because he's just like, there's nothing else I can do. I have to give her back. But they're in a situation where, like, what do you do? Like, they're after her. Like, I think you would think that like Cy would have like given her up, but you wouldn't have thought Pretty Nick would do it. Like, just be like, they were saying, like, just be rid of her, just do it. But
no, you know, so Pretty Nick does it, breaks our hearts. Thanks, Pretty Nick. And then what does she do? She gets locked in that stupid chest, but Cy comes.
Cy
comes and finds her in the chest, and so now things are clicking on, like, why did she yell so much being trapped in the elevator? Why this and why that? And so Cy is on taking her home, and so now we are going to find out what is the fallout of her coming back. How Pretty Nick's gonna do it, what's gonna go on with everybody else, and like
he regretted it pretty instantly, it seemed like. And then Remy was like, where is she? And like Cy realized that she helps Remy, and that he said that's the reason he did it. I'm sure he did it for more than that, but like he's doing it because he like owes like her for Remy. But they had an encounter, and then Pretty Nick realized she was never gonna love him the way. So I think he regrets it.
We also get, you know, our lords show up here and there, and you advice from Wrath, you know, and it's like, obviously they're not going to be the lords, they're the dukes, but you know,
that was part
things
of it,
worked with, you know, the lords because story there was a contract, story chose so they kind of there and to deal with them because there's a reason, you know. Lavinia is stuck being caged there. She doesn't have a better choice of being there, and Pretty Nick's just not going about it the right way, and he's not.
Even when he tries to do it like, you do this for me, I'll do it for you, instead of a contract, it was kind of an exchange. Like, you want tools to fix the clock, well then you do this for me, you sit on my lap. So it was kind of like a quid pro quo. And when that didn't work, that's so it'll be interesting to see if their parameters change, you know, what the fallout is.
I'm excited. So Dukes of Madness is next.
Can't wait.
I'm excited and scared.
I'm scared.
That is good because Angel and Sam They're good. They're good.
And they're teasing something.
So scared.
Yes, I'm
terrified. It's so traumanced. They're so.
That's a great word for it. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, everyone. Enjoy it. We'll see you next time.
We'll see you for the next one. Bye.
Bye.